You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And you're here. I'm talking about the end of everything. Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But then each and every one. So sure, go talk to her. See how that you make your way up the We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. He doesn't. The interior blade. You take. The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds. Don't let.
Oh.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's so coldly. Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me. How about you drop the knife?
Look how reasonable she's being. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. The blade tumbles out.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reason.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Don't jump to any weird conclusions.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? I don't remember much about it, to be honest.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Princess hesitates. She doesn't know. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for...
I don't think I can answer that question in a way. At the end of the day, whatever the two of whoever sent you to slay me claimed that doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good, but you don't really know me, do you? What can my...
She's right about one thing.
Like I said, so do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world?
She's wrong. This is... She hesitates before...
You can address me as your Royal Highness.
Again, she offers...
Too long.
You can't. Don't.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. Well, we can always put that in...
Her sharp eye. She isn't... She is.
Oh? Have you...
You know. Oh, you have to be. You walk up to the chains. They're large and heavy. Far too...
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go...
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here...
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement. Is someone else here? You try the door. You're here to slay the princess, and you make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply... slain her like you. Easier for her. Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife. Pick it up and...
You won't like. Against your better, you cut into her. The blade is sharp, and you make quick. She didn't so much as utter a... Free from her bindings, how is she so composed after losing...
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. As the prince... Wait, watch. Stop that.
I thought this was a...
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade. The blade moved.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and
Maybe I'll see you in another...
And then she slits your throat. Her face remains unchanged as she... This is the end. I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark. You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to slay her. A terrible sense of déjà vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. Don't forget what I'm inclined. You and as far as a warning before you go any further. She will lie. Yes, don't. Did you just say wink? No, I didn't. Just ignore this clown. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an eye. The blade is your... I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. Are you Yes. Turns? Okay. Normally, yeah, but not about this. Wonderful. Don't worry about it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on, the door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Is that a visitor I hear?
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around? Why would you be worried about her restraint? Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct...
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat?
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get to...
There's fine. I'd prefer we...
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. You do as she asks and sit on the floor.
Thank you. Yes, your intentions. There isn't a keyhole in these shackles.
Is she forgetting about the shack? Or does she think she'd survive? You're right. Maybe she's unless she really could.
So I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests. Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give up. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. And now you're back.
Is that really all? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't. First you make a comment about having been... As much as I would like to remain... It's complicated. Ideally, the situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at a contingent for you failing. If you... I need... And that's... I get exact. Moving. The more I... You're... just give it a rest.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming. I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't... I wouldn't do... And why? Do I even need to explain myself? And what? Is it going to lock the second? I don't know. He doesn't want us to look at it. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you. What is that supposed to mean? Yes. Come out and say it then. You're fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled, and, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism. Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't.
What are we supposed to? Can't even cut ourselves out. That's horrible. It's not all bad. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch. No, that there's something special about this loot. You and the princess wait in silence, though there must be something we can do together. But there is time. It passes and passes. At least the world. It isn't. You're stuck. She's not ending anything. Her very existence is How exactly? It just... But let me guess. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have... I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first. A bit of...
I don't like small talk.
That's rude. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes... That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have... She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't. Even more silent time passes as you watch Roots, until suddenly... They're on... And? I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing but... So this is the outside world.
She's gone. And is that a... He is. It must have. There's something dreadful. You're right. If there's even a... You're right. I'm begging you.
Something finds me. I am solitary lights. I think that you are like me. We are oceans. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I know only... Yes. Nerves and This one is determined, but also cautious. One that would rather let the... Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. How can the world have ended? You are the only thing... The space we're in. Nothing, as we are. There is no exit. Bring me everything. More than you. You ask of things that can... How can I know? She asks that I tell you, you won't.
You're on a path in the wood. You're here to You make your way up the short. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. He doesn't know. The interior of the blade is your The daughter, her voice
Hello?
is hypnotizing. Don't let it. How many times do I have to tell you how?
Wait, really? Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with She's beautiful. How could someone? I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I hope you brought something to deal with these.
Don't do it. If she gets. You're only making this more.
Thank you.
You're making. No. You're doing. You walk up to the chain. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere. Doubtful.
Maybe there's some way to break the chain. Or if that doesn't work, I guess we.
She offers the suggestion. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be. You attempted to make your. Is someone. You try the door. Your shouts, and you're here to slay the. You make your way to the easier for everyone. Look at the mess.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know.
She barely, as she rips her flesh. It's the blade from. Or you won't like. Fine. Against your. You cut. The blade is sharp, and it takes her limb full. She didn't so much as utter a. No. How is she still smiling?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No. We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. As the prince. Wait. Watch me.
Oh.
Okay. There's no going. You bring the blade down to. But she's fast. She ducks to.
We could have gotten out of here together. I don't know what's come over you. But if I have to...
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity, but you have a weapon. You raise, it's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth. You collapse to the floor. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay. It can't just... As much as I'd prefer for things... Everything goes dark. You're on a path. You're here. It hasn't. Or if it has, if he doesn't remember what happened, then brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest. You know I can hear you, right? It's going. Did I say I'm... Those are two very different questions. Let's say for a moment that this really... If you're back here, I'm assuming we were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous... I can if you fail to slay the prince, and I believe when you... If it's the do you think that's you're laying it on a lane? What matter? Just be quick about it. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to... She just can. Great. A warning, she will lie. Don't worry. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted. The blade is your. Very. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. So focus up. You take the blade. Well, if we're. That's. The door to the basement creaks. The weak starlight. The air smells of dirt. Her voice.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. But you are. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognize...
See? She knows us. Maybe, but you shouldn't let that... She seems friendly. You can't. Unless you slay her right... Look, do you want to hear what everyone has to say? You need to stop lingering. You're fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the...
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back.
That's no fair.
So, we've dropped the good.
She's acting like she already knows you. That's pretty sharp. Call it... Well, you seem to be great. So, you really don't remember it? No, I don't. You fought us on it. That was when the only perspective. I'm just glad we. Is it or behind? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere. Let's chat her up a bit first. Don't talk to her.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
You. Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. As do I. You. You're going to get everyone killed. You know that. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before.
I wouldn't have done that.
You hear a clanging of metal again. She could have gotten out of those, though. A woman, luckily for us. Oh, we sure think a lot. She creeps forward, taking one cautious step.
What do you think happens now?
Her shoulders tense at her eye.
This is another trick. You're trying to sow doubt, but it's not going to...
And then she... What? No, I told you. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did...
The princess seems to tremble. Her smile fades.
Why? Why?
But you don't have the strength to respond. Nor everything goes dark, and you... You're on a path in the woods. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the blade. But the whole point was that she wasn't supposed to do that. The whole point of giving her the... I guess it really doesn't matter if she killed us, though, right? Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. You know, maybe you're right. In which... What another try, exactly? Like that changes anything. We all know... Great. So you've obviously been here before. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Wonderful. The woods themselves are changing, then that's all. Someone's in the know. I've had enough of these annoying little secrets. I've already said too much. Yes. Good. Playing both sides. I'm not sure it counts as playing. Buddy, your thing, trust in the deciders. Sure. If I were you, She gets out is what happens. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And a world that... I'm not sure I buy that. Not that she's innocent, but... You're here to permanently end... It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone... I don't know if You talking about me? Ignore him. The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table. We gave it. Well, it's not here. Let me guess. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't. Of course, with that... Yeah, why didn't... I didn't mention a mirror, but he says there isn't one. That... Yeah, can't... Easy... So, I promise you that... You step forward and approach the scorched Might as well... You reach forward and wave your fingers. Well, seems like... Yes, that's where everything tends to be. You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. Their spines... I'd say this feels like... They're only thorn. Her voice...
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me. I don't know why you let me do that. I think you know how this goes. I'm down here.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by... At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave...
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh? And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
The princess clutches the blade closer to...
That sounds nice.
Her eyes dart away from you.
And I've also hurt you.
Her eyes briefly meet yours, then dart.
Okay.
You reach towards her bloodied hand. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, but then you carefully pull it. I'll be down. We free her. I think you're right. Or, hear me out. That sounds like a splendid. We've all said our pick. It's two against you. Don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clear. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Yes. What? Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just... I can do whatever I want, and even if he'll... See? We're all friends. Yeah, united. You take the blade to the thorny vine. She flinches again. Is that really all you've got? Threat... Our blade didn't even waver when he said... The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you... Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way. You're getting desperate, aren't you? We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering both you and the princess, it feels so good to hear you and the princess hesitate that we've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was...
Hands clasped, the two of you open...
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
She's gone. And there's that... But it feels so bad. Look. It's going to do... If they think it... Okay, so... Finally.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes. Whenever you are ready. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already... Why wouldn't I be kind to you? Gifts aren't what someone tells you. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. The vessels are shaped by memories of you. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my... I would be alone, and... With every gift you bring me, I cannot tell you what desire... But in this moment... I will long for your return, but it will get... We will meet again.
You're here. course I haven't. Why would I? I mean, maybe some people do, like... No. Are you serious? Unfortunately, you're the only one. Seriously? You're just going to... Fine. Good. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. You're really keen on... When I said everyone, I meant and last I checked, you're part of everyone too. So if you think about it, walking up to that cabin... But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path. Oh, would you look at that? There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now, and here we go. As you trudge in, at first, it's little flickers out of the corner of... But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize in every direction, there is a path. Wait, but you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't... You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of... You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay. Last I checked. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to... I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining... The world really did end last time, didn't it? Which the world hasn't ended yet.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been. You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this serious. A warning. She will twist, ignore it. Let's... The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors. The only the blade. If he wants us to take... No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this? I've already... You can't listen to me. And if you're... nothing. Just ignore... How? I'm not going to... Yeah. What you're saying... Okay. Good. You take the... Okay. Then how we... The other... It really... You switch your grip on the blade. Yes. Okay, fine. It really doesn't matter. Just get on. You walk up to the wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward and... But there was a... And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us... Haha, yes! Seriously. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. What's done is... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a way... Nothing here seems to belong. And the closer you... The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. The kind of If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here?
No. Oh, don't be such... I don't want to do this. We don't even... But we already tried to... And what's that? That the fate of the world? There'll still be... You step to the right. The path feels... But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely... The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to rip slow going. But you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness. You slowly lose sense of your... Time disappears. Physical sensations dull and then vanish. Until the... consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission.
Are you okay?
What the hell was that? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but oh well, that was a trip. But not the princess. Eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness. And why are we here again? In case you're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit.
That's okay. Sometimes I forget where I am too.
The shadows recede. She's so... It's deception. Don't.
How strange. So...
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if we can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins. You said you'd been here before. Does it matter? Yes, it matters. It seems to me like whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way... Oh, new plan.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do to end up... Oh, what's lots of...
She fractures again. I don't like with it. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her. How would we even do? Could always start by retrieving the one he made us throw out. I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh, come on, you told us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this. I don't think we're going to be able to put her... Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions.
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. You're probably stuck down here forever. I don't remember what it was. You're not really cut out for this.
Wait, that's not... Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but you can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception finds the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her. Is this what the end of the world looks like? But this... We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening? Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. Falls apart? I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. Did you do this? Did we do?
We should help her. Yeah, so I didn't actually think our act's a little late for regret.
Please.
She's gone. And there's that... But it feels so bad. Yeah, don't. Okay. You're not...
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. All of me is... And yet my waters flow. I am everything. As easily... I will be here when it is time.
Your Honor, you're here to... While I appreciate the mental exercise, nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess... And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, causality, it's no use unless of... Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If... You make your way. We're not going to ignore. The interior of the blade. her voice.
Hello?
This, don't.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's beautiful. I am begging you to.
Hi. Okay. Oh,
She pauses.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness.
Is.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this has ever. Okay, but actually. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a. No. You're doing. You walk up to the chains, but they're large and heavy. Far too.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere doubtful. Whoever.
Okay. I'll be here.
You attempt to make someone. You try the door. You're here. You make it easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
If I could just get...
Stop that.
Something...
Your body lunges forward. Stop it. The blade. As your body remains.
We spoke...
She nervously.
I'm sorry.
She plunges it in.
Oh,
Stay. For whatever.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use. Apparently not.
I'm so sorry.
With one, it can't just end. Oh, that's. Everything goes dark. And you. You're on a path. You're here. A terrible. If he doesn't. Yes. Oh, yes. You're. We'll see. What can I? Oh, she will. I do. Sure. Don't pay. The door to the. But a soft.
Hello?
Her voice. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk down the. Smile. You know she. Oh, your spirit.
It's you.
Did you? And she could. Flat. Wait. That's right. Well, only because he. And you've done. We. Nothing.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect. What? No, she's a prisoner. Why? She didn't know you're. No, I can't. You're what? Take. I would if you're not on my. You. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a. I can't. I told you.
I'm free. And you're not.
The princess. Oh, luckily. Who needs a weapon?
What do we do?
Let me guess. Spoken with the.
I don't actually.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You're so gullible.
I think I want.
The princess. And then she.
I don't know. That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand. We have each other. I like to think that you. Look, I have my doubts, but I will mope about it. Because moping, you and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. And what happens after we walk? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you.
Oh no! Did someone lock us?
She's right. It isn't fair. Enough with this. Of course. Are you listening? I'm just along for the.
Okay. Yeah.
You place your hand on the door, and the lock clicks. Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match. You and the princess make your the blade. That's right. There's still a. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, that's not. Yes, what he said. That's not how this. What a romantic suggestion. You're right. We don't need... That's exactly what I just suggested. Did you suggest that? You answered me.
But the door's right...
Wait. Why would... She's not...
Okay. That's the way out. We're going to leave together.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? And then you step... Our happy ending...
We did it. What should we do?
Where did he... Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Plot them... She's gone. And is that a... This doesn't... Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just...
There's a world beyond the endless walls of... Do you know it? There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears. We are real. Nothing is an idea. If I did, I would... This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll... Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. No, their thoughts are quiet. I am on the cusp of my awakening. The next time I see you, I will be here.
You're here. I'm talking about... That's the spirit. You make your way up the... We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. The interior blade. You take the door. Her voice.
Who's...
She said, "Don't let it fool you." Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs, and she's so... Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward. Your grip.
Oh? No talking then. I'm probably chained up in this space. So, you should just...
She's unarmed. You lunge forward without a... You feel flesh easily...
Oh, this is it. I'm almost embarrassed. Do you actually believe...
It's like she's Yes, but it's open. Is it open? It's... We should make sure. I really don't think... And why shouldn't we? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make... Why do I feel like you did kill someone? But that day isn't today. You open the cabin door. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find... What? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away. so glad you're This is what's best for everyone. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or... Hey. Are we really happy? Good, because the blade. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on. He's right. Do you hear that? It wants to take... Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only... Don't you... How astute. You are absolutely correct. In a sense, I know that little voice didn't... What a... I suppose we've got all the time in the world. More, please. The little... Eventually you pass...
You have already committed to my completion.
Good, because I have an idea. To get us out of here. The blade. I can... He's right. Do you hear? Do you not? Don't... I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a... Fine. Whatever. For the first time, the princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still... You pick up the blade, you stab yourself... The end. Nice... You're on a path in the... You're here to... I can assure you that you're not dead. If he doesn't remember what happened, that... Well... A warning. She will lie. She won't. The interior of the cabin is cold. A soft odor of dirt permeates. The blade is your... It feels like no one... Like I've been... What are you talking? You reach forward, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not... The door to the basement, the room below. Nobody's here. As much as I appreciate the optimism, I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. Okay. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head, two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by... And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on? Oh. Wow.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, killer.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her... So she has a body, and she's right there.
I see you brought that annoying knife. So, are you waiting for... I don't feel very bad, but I guess I'm not dead. So you must have only mostly killed me. Or maybe death is only mostly...
But we're not a ghost. Maybe that's why the mirror disappeared. Death, at least as a form of permanent... The princess glances back at the...
It's just a body. Do you believe these...
She's seeing...
You don't look dead,
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold.
and you don't feel dead.
She lets go and pulls away.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are. I've tried to leave on my... I just want to go home. And you can come and go as you please. After all, you...
Absolutely. Is she asking if she is? Would she be able to see? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? You won't like how... The princess swims through the air.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you?
What are you doing?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then... I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late. You collapse to the floor.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels...
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your visions.
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice.
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor.
Hey, I'm not a
It's okay.
I'm a voice? Who cares what we are?
You don't have to fight.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, I'm clearly the...
They're not listening.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about... You don't need to know what I am.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here.
That's rude.
You're kind of like...
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. Obviously
Because I'm in here with all...
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty. But
You don't have to let him get to you. You're...
this is infuriating. Just... whatever you do, you can't... Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form...
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to...
But that's exactly...
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving... It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her... Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's... I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of... For how much you hate her, you want?
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just...
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do. It's just the weight of it all. And why? This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysm... You continue slowly to the door, your feet...
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough. Collapsed to the ground. You and the princess. Free.
Nothing. He's gone.
So we did slay him after all. But what about us? Are we just stuck? We're still. Yeah, but...
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I...
I'm out. You actually...
Don't mention it.
I think... this...
She's gone. And there's that... This does... Ignore him. I think you know what... The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were... I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the... It doesn't hurt. We've already crossed the point of no return. I'm aware, and if I were you, I haven't, and that's by both. This construct you're in exists in many places at once, but you'll be awake soon. Any other version of me you talked to was just that. Perhaps they thought, I'm sure, meant for all except for me. You're the long quiet, the god I made. Soon I'll be gone entirely. If that's your belief, so I am.
I can finally see you. And you. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call ever the passive player, always reacting and never act. When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a war? Of course I have a say in all of this. If we didn't. Nothing brings me greater joy. I love you. It's magnificent. Everything.
You're here. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up a warn. She will love. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him. In the blade. The door. Her voice.
Who's there?
She said, don't let it. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk. She's focused on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward.
Oh? I'm probably chained. So?
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. You lunge forward. You feel flesh.
This is it.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there. We should make. I really and what? We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you? Wait. Quick, let's get out of here.
And I see you or
Whatever. Everything goes down. You're here. Oh, she will. He couldn't. We know. Just. The interior. The blade. It feels. The door. Yes. Scraping. That's her green.
I hope you've come to rescue.
There is something. Yeah. She thinks she's better than us. As you descend the final step, the form of the prince.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, oh? If she sounds threatening.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rest. What? No! And you are a brave knight who's.
I have. She's just because. But you know. But I'm all the more.
That's so rude of you, passing judgment. Silly little bird face thinks. I bet you didn't like that, did you?
How many more times does she have to? We're clear. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a? You're acting like you. I am time. Maybe you should behave with a little more humility. No, fine. Then we'll continue.
A knife? And why would I?
Okay, sounds like she's really.
It would be so much.
The princess smiles as she.
But look at this!
Her smile stretches.
And empty sleeves, too. Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practical. I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of. Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zone.
Her smile drops for a moment.
I assure you, there.
I'm inclined to believe. Of course.
Of course I won't.
Against your better judgment, you walk. I don't like the way you hear the hot. Who's me? Hers, then yours.
Hehe.
You collapse to the ground, your vision swimming as you attempt.
You're going to die.
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, you're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over, you're. What? The interior of the cabin is I feel. The circles. What's the rate? This is. Oh, that. The only. We take. Okay, that's right. We've got to be able to. And what if we never do? So? Are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get. You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs.
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out, but don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of
fun for her. Thinking action, nothing bad. Plenty bad. The past. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arm, she's loose.
You're going to make me walk over to.
Shit. Now, I've tolerated quite a bit from you, but this is a bridge too far. Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster? I'd rather not. It's not like. I'm fine with it. Let's see where this goes. look. The look. We've all used it. Yeah, do you not know about... Even I know. You flash the princess, and a rosy blush rushes to the princess's cheeks as she breaks into a wide grin. Unbelievable.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
Still going to kill you. But now we could both enjoy a mutual
Or not. At least she likes us. Blush still glowing in her cheeks. Ow. What worthwhile romance Oh, a new one. I thought that only happens when we die. Your Honor. No, you're in. I think we're dead. Stop saying dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next.
But I guess we don't have time. Okay, as long as we keep... Well, oh, great.
Come on, show me something new.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. Well, there's more of us. We just have to hit her. She skewers.
You'll have to be tricky.
Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't...
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. Just panic. She skewers you.
No, you don't get...
It doesn't matter. Okay. She's going to skew.
Ooh.
See? Okay, yeah. None of this is... She skewers you. We're getting... You're right. One last time. That's all we need. And then everything goes dark. And you die. Your Honor, everything... Oh! Over that one. Besides, what better way to die? How about with the only... There are entirely too many of you. How many times... How about you stick to describe... Yeah, leave it to... Narrator, we'll... Fine by me. You walk to the door and on... It's more of us. Fine. I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? This room, don't care, just want to win. Fine. You make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again, I thought I'd actually done it. thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay. I got something ready for you while you were... I'm not going to wait.
Are you gonna say, well, yeah, I think really?
Here we go.
The princess's skin twists, splitting until she becomes a wave of blood and viscera. Holy shit! Do you... This is... This weird. All right, What just happened?
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually... You're incredible.
Something finds... There's nowhere... My roots burrow in an ocean. Nothing. There is... She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're here. You make your award, she will. We're not going to ignore him. The blade. The door, her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds Don't let it... Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward.
Oh? No talking. I'm probably chained up in the space. So, you should just drop.
She's unarmed. The blade tumbles out of your trembling...
Thank you. Maybe now we can just... talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. I know.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation. Do you? So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk.
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your back.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
You walk up to the chains binding them. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the prince.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make someone. You try your hit. You make your easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. The knife.
You won't like. Without hesitation, you bring the blade down. The princess.
You bastard. If
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even. It's an act. She's unarmed and there's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you. The two of you struggle on the ground. You lash out with the blade, slicing wherever you can. Her fists connect with your body again and again. You forget trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. You roll out of her grasp and shakily push, though every inch of you is in pain. The princess we can still turn the princess is still chained to the wall. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is, she's so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. You close the basement door. Lock. Okay. We can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing you settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yours? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess as she violently rattles the door.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. You don't know the kind of...
It doesn't sound... No.
These aren't threats. These are promises. Sooner or later, you're going to have...
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can, and you jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has... Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful big...
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First, whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty.
So helpless.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her...
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little... What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything... I'm sorry. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path. You're here to slay... Oh, she will... I don't think... He doesn't... The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement door. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. So deep breath in. You reach down. Good. Is it the... You cross over the threshold, and more eyes, too. The air seeping up from below reminds her cruel and...
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot.
Come back? She must have you You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a... You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch-black surrounding. How would falling into an infinite void be better than anything? You make your way to the bottom of... As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be. She could be anywhere, and are you really not going to comment on how weird... No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason. Excuse me, I'm going to die. Please.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't...
You turn to the faintly out...
There you are.
As the princess approaches, your legs, your arms quick... This is it.
And you brought your little knife with you again.
There has to be... Oh, what did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you...
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. Heart. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function? And then experience... Okay, whatever you were doing. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? You have Yes, I'm sure. Heart. Again, your eyes shoot...
Can't decide what you want to do. Oh well. Standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than death.
She isn't attacking us. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Your weapon is still in your hands. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves.
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let... Well, you died before I could get to the door. I don't think I can leave without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going...
Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Heart. You turn and run, doing your best.
You
get nowhere before the prince...
You're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence. No.
Let me out.
Your existence. A lonely soul in a room by itself.
Let me...
A reprieve. A good life.
Let me...
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is.
Let me out.
No.
Let me out.
This is all too much. You can't keep going. Or what?
Oops. I think I broke. I'll see you soon.
You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I guess we have to let... No, that's the opposite of what... Slay. We're supposed to let her out. It's really... No, we were supposed to keep her... We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do we can't be unfeeling? There's nothing for us to. We love her. So can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that. To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? I don't care how you feel. You have to. You're lucky you haven't been. He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me. He's worse than her. You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping it, but eventually you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed. Don't ask him about them. He always says he never sees it. He always. And stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's better. She's still here. Berry, just walk up the hill. You walk up the hill, hesitating just be the cabin that is. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't smash it. She's on the other side. It's the only way. Just go around it. Just do some. Proceed. Proceed to where? That's a new one. Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decision, and it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her. The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. The only object of note, the blade, is your implement. Take it. You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, you lean over the hole and get deep in the bowels of the earth. It's she's watching us.
There you are.
With every word she speaks, the prince.
You dragged this out for so much.
And closer.
But it was always just a matter of time.
And closer.
You're going to have to stop.
And closer.
Everything stops running eventually. Except for me. I've already taken your will. All that's left is for you to take my will. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need.
Do something. Do. You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be... Why is it so cold?
She's gone. Yeah. What does that mean? Maybe it doesn't. What do you see?
Flickering lights in empty cities. Whenever you... I will long for your return, but it will give me time to... We will meet again.
You're here. You make your way up the shore. A warning. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. We're not going to ignore the interblade. The daughter, her voice.
Hello?
Is don't. How many times?
Wait, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs. I am begging.
Hi. I hope you brought something to...
Don't do... You're only
Thank you.
You'll make... No. You walk a large and heavy.
I'm guessing...
Maybe it's doubtful.
Okay.
You attack your shout. I'll... Easier.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
If I could...
She barely... As she rips it's the blade. Or you won't... Again, you cut. The blade is sharp. She did know. She smiled. How is she still...
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No. As the prince... Wait, watch me.
Mm.
Okay, you bring the blade down, but she's far.
We could have gotten out of here. I don't know what's come over you.
She pounds. It's not a... You can... If... As much as... The interior of the... You take... Well, if that's... The weak... Her voice...
Silence, I see. Don't think I've forgotten about you.
She must have... She's seen... Look, do you need... Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement. You can just make out the shape of...
And there you are.
That's no fair.
So, we've dropped good.
She's acting like... Oh, that's pretty quality. Well, do you remember? No, I'm just... Is it? Or just focus on... Let's... Don't talk to her.
Well,
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize.
Oh, you're sorry.
isn't that... If you're sorry, then...
You... No, as do I... You... You're going to get... You toss the blade at the... She eyes...
I wouldn't have done that.
You hear a clanging. She could have... Oh, well, luckily for... Oh, we sure think... She creeps...
What do you think happens now?
Her shoulders tense.
This is another...
And then... What? Glee dances across her. The princess...
Why?
But you don't have the strength to respond. Everything goes dark. You're on a path in the woods. She stabbed us. She actually stabbed us. Of course she stabbed us. We gave her the whole... Okay, maybe she... You know, give what? Like that? Great. So you've obviously twice. Sure. It isn't long before you find... I don't know if you talk... Ignore... The interior of the cab. The only... We... Well, let me... Look, I wouldn't... Of course with that... You... Well, yeah. You step through the frame of scorched wood, their spine. I'd say they're only thought her voice.
I can't get... I don't...
You continue down the basement stairs. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars at the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself? I don't know.
What can either...
She's right. There's nothing left to say. Careful with that one. We're not making... The princess...
That sounds...
Her eyes dart away.
And I've also hurt you.
You reach towards her bloodied hand for a moment. She clutches, but then the tension you carefully... It feel we free her. I think... Oh, that sound... We've all... It's two against you, and because it doesn't matter.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Yes. Oh, so I can do... Even see. Yeah. You take the blade, and she flinches. Our blade didn't even waver when he said that. The princess...
You... actually meant it. You rescued me.
She smiles. Shame you're getting... Because I'm not...
A few...
As you step into the thought, both you and... It feels you and the... We've already...
Finally leaving here together, aren't we?
Hands clasped.
What do we do now? Why is it so cold?
She's... What is that? You so...
I am all... And you... I will be here.
You're on... You're here. You're here. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning, she will we're not going to ignore the blade. The door, her voice
Hello?
is, don't. How many?
Wait, come downstairs! I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs. I am begging.
Hi! I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a... No. You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains. They're large and heavy. Far too...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful.
Okay. I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but is someone else here? You try the door. You're here. You make your way easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic, right?
If I could just get out of
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh, or you won't. Fine. Again, you cut. The blade is sharp. She didn't know. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. How is she still?
Thank you. Now let's get out.
No, we won't have. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. Watch me.
What are you...
Okay, it's no go. You bring the blade down but she's fast.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you.
She pounces on you with the same It's not enough. If we're... You're here. Don't. You take... Well, that's... The door, the weak, the air, her voice.
Something now. Silence, I see. Don't think I've forgotten about you. I recognized the sound of your nervous little footsteps as soon as they came into my home. I know.
She must have you confused with someone else. You can't. Look, do you? Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You can just make out the...
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair.
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, do you remember us then? Do you remember... No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind her. Is it? Just focus on the task at hand. Let's chat her up a bit first. Don't talk to her.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Oh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that... If you're sorry, then... Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That's sneaky. A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her. You... Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it, as do I. You... You're going to get everyone killed, you know that, right? But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking...
What do you think happens now?
She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her. I thought it was nice. Whether it's nice depends. If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game?
The look of surprise that momentarily softened, and then... What? I told you! Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground. The princess seems to tremble.
Why?
But you don't have the strength to respond. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a part. I can't believe it. Yeah, I just want... Oh, gladly. I like... Well, if she does... Maybe she... You know, give... It makes no... Oh, great. So you've... Twice. Sure. It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking? The only we well look, if she unless you step you reach forward. Alas, well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where you step through the stair. There speaks her voice.
I
I think you know how this goes.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past. You step out at the hearth.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh? I want...
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
The princess clutches the blade.
That sounds nice.
Her eyes dart away from yours.
And I've also hurt you.
She's right. There's nothing. We. You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white, but then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you. She trusts us. Yeah. We are. Yeah. Or that sounds like I see. It's two again. You, and because he doesn't matter.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
Yes, what a good idea. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her. You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that everyone deserves a chance at... That's right. What he said. We've already given him a... And who said... And I have no problem. You take the blade to the... And she flinches. Such a pathetic... You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? The princess falls into your arms, tears...
You actually meant it. You...
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Can we actually do that? No, you can't. Absolutely not. You know as well as I do that we... And we wouldn't want to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we? If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge. Well, are you going to describe our steamy romance? You lean in and you kiss her. And she reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. Come on now, this is the big moment. You can do better than that. Ugh, fine. You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was... Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. Please. I think he actually likes romance. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us. It doesn't matter either way. I'm aware of my skills, but unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at... Her hand slips into yours, and the two... Shameful, really. Please. We cut through those other vines, just... I'm not even sure we...
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world... Your nightmare is Arj will weave something new to... You and the princess hesitate. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy.
Hands clasped, the two of...
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
She's gone. And there's that mirror. I'm begging you. It's different now. Yes, I fear that we won't... If they think it's bad...
Something fine. Nothing. There is. Bring me. She asks that I tell you to remember. You won't.
You're on...